Strut Man show as usual. Late. I put in my second live of the day, my evening post, it'd be 9:30 or 10. I really thought it was going to be around 10. So I do apologize, but I was running behind trying to play catch up. I finally got caught up, but the show was 37 minutes late. Of course, I'm the host of the Strut Man Show. Mr. Ozzy Rose here coming at you. Always coming to you live from my good friend's pharmacy here, Mr. Mike Sue, the owner of Parker Road Specialty Pharmacy on Parker Road, right here in my hometown of Jonesboro, Arkansas. I want to say hey and welcome to any viewers I may have. Hey and welcome to the ones I'm going to have in the live chat tonight. And if you got a YouTube channel like me, I can copy the link, send it to you during the live show here, and have you as my first audio video guest. Let me turn the light on here where y'all can see a little better instead of this reflection off of me. Let me hook it up. They should be on here anytime, my regulars. Scott, my moderator, Jamie, and well, Timothy might not be, because if he does, it'll only be for a few minutes. Okay. Ooh. So I can get to the yellow. There we go. But I hope everyone has had a great day. I have. I didn't go strutting today, but the good Lord blessed me with a vision. On days that I don't go strutting, where I don't feel it from him to go strutting, then I'm going to do a TikTok live show like I did today. My good friend Scott who was originally my moderator on TikTok Live, who's my moderator here when he's here, was on the TikTok Live show today. So that's another vision that the Lord has given me that I go with, and I don't argue with it. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do whatever he wants me to do and protest, as I let him know sometimes. But hey, it happens. If they don't get on the show here in a minute, I'm fixing to have to get off here and text them. They should have. I know they watched my TikTok, my commentary segment, and knew it would be 9:30 or 10. So I don't know why none of them are on here yet. Now, if they didn't watch my second live of the day, well, there's Jared. He goes here. Okay, good, buddy. I'm glad you're here. So far, so good. I got you on here. So and that's a plus right there. But I know Scott knew it because Scott was on the TikTok live show today. And I know Miss Jamie and Timothy knew it because when they came here and brought me the food and give me $20 today out of the goodness of their hearts, I told them, I said, it'd probably be more like 10, but I said it'd be for sure 9:30. So it was 9:37 if I remember correctly, when I hit the live button here. Forgive me here. I got to clean my lens off. But man, I ate that fine supper they brought me. Man, it was good. Oh yeah. It was turkey. They brought me barbecue sauce packets, A1 steak sauce, macaroni and cheese, and corn. And that's what I had for my supper tonight. And man, was it mighty good. It come from NEA Hospital, and it was really good from the cafeteria there. That's a little better. Ed Gretchen says, shout me out. I'm Fiona. Well, hello, Fiona. There's your big shout out. How you doing tonight, Fiona? I hope you're having a great night. I hope you had a great day today. Julio goes, I subscribe. Well, thanks for subscribing, my friend. I greatly appreciate that. Timothy goes, howdy. I was wondering where you were. Jared was the only one that hopped in here of my regulars. I was wondering. I didn't much figure you would be on. I knew Jamie would. Jared goes, me and my pop got to have Whataburger today. I made him get a banana pudding milkshake. I bet he liked it. I'm glad y'all got to go to Whataburger and eat today. They have good food there. There's no doubt. I mean, I like Jack in the Box, but I like Whataburger too. There's no doubt. And their banana pudding milkshake is to die for. It's really that good. You know, it's just like you're drinking a banana pudding dessert. Fiona goes, oh my God, my daughter will use my account for all kinds of things. Fiona is getting addicted to live streams as we speak. Okay, are you Gretchen or are you Fiona? Because I don't know which one you are. You're at, it shows here at Gretchen, Fabian, Devin. So which one is talking with me now? Is it Fiona or is it Gretchen? Because we don't want kids in here. I make that clear. A lot of nights this is a XXX show, and that's just putting it mildly. Evan goes, hi, Evan. Thanks for saying hi. Gretchen, okay, my daughter is Fiona. Okay, well, this is what me and Scott tells people. Watch your computers and watch your smartphones when it comes to your kids. Because it's not just my show they come in the live chat on. It's a bunch of other people's shows, And so, because I stress in my two written posts today and my first and second lives of the day, that a lot of nights this is a triple X show. We don't want anybody that's not 18 years of age or older. So a lot of times it's parents not locking down what they have. So, and we don't want no kids in here. USA, there you are, buddy. I've been sitting here drinking on some Bud Ice waiting on you, Ozzy. Well, that's what we figured you was doing. USA was sitting there drinking some Bud Ice. Timothy goes, I've been checking but didn't see you on here. Well, I thought it was going to be 10 o'clock, to be honest with you. But I mean, I try as hard as I can to be on time, but sometimes it's just not possible. Y'all were here. I told you it'd be 9:30 or 10. And I was 9:37 when I got on here. Jamie goes, hello, my friend. Hello, Jamie. But I did educate you, Jamie, because I told you it needed to be 9:30 or 10. Hello, my friend. Hello, Jamie. USA goes, it's okay, Ozzy. I was still going to wait on you, Ozzy. Well, that's good because that's why it pays to watch my two lives of the day, at least, if you're not going to see my two written posts. Because I put it in my evening post if I'm going to be late or not, and in at least my second live of the day. Jamie goes, you did. Right. Yeah, Timothy goes, how was the food? It was excellent. It's all in my tummy. That was another thing that was holding me up. I had to eat that. So I ate that, and so I thought it was going to be more like 10, but man, I was wolfing that food down fast. Jared goes, "What? Who else would I watch while I smoke?" Well, no doubt, nobody else but me, Jared. I don't know where Scott's at. Hell, he was in the TikTok live show today, and I said then it'd probably be 9:30, and I stress a lot of times I say it's 9 p.m. plugging the show, but sometimes it's 9:30, could be 10. Because I get behind like everybody does, and I try to play catch up. Well, I hope you're smoking on some mighty fine stuff tonight, there, Jared. I wonder what your percentage is. But the food was really great. I mean, I used the barbecue sauce on the turkey. Man, it was really good. I don't know where Scott's at, though. Jared goes 27% tonight. Oh, okay. Well, I like the 99.9% Dapper pins from the dispensaries is what I really like. I mean, I would sit there and puff on it day and night, wouldn't go to sleep till it was gone. 2.5 days, and then it was gone. That was me also doing hotlines of the shit and then drinking the 100 proof schnapps. USA goes, I'm miserable with my life not working, Ozzy, or I'm just drinking, talking shit. Well, it could be a little both. Well, see, Scott was going to ask you a question if he got on the show tonight, and he was going to offer you a position with them. But the thing about it is, the way they work is 7 days a week for 90 days. Once that's done, then you get to go home for 2 weeks. Then you have to travel to the next job. But it pays good money, you know. Jared goes, USA, smoke a J and have a better day. There you go. There used to be a saying too, have goodwill when you eat a pill. Speaking of goodwill, I wonder where Bud Luck is at. USA goes, I have smoked 9 today, Jared. Damn. I mean, 27% is good, don't get me wrong. 27%, THC is good. But I was really a sucker for the 99. I was just a sucker, I used to look at the THC and the little cartridge part. It looked like liquid gold, USA goes, I got the strain Gorilla Glue. Well, Sounds like you're doing all right there then, USA. Timothy goes, USA, if you were here in Arkansas, you can work with me. Well, see, that's the thing about the job that Scott was going to offer him. You don't have to take a drug exam, and it pays good money. I'm smoking Wolverine, okay? Uh, is somebody going to have to text Scott and tell him, did you forget? I'm probably fixing to have to put this jacket on down here. I'm starting to get bit by mosquitoes. They're pretty ferocious out here tonight. USA goes, I know, Timothy. I would if I could, 100%. Jamie, text Scott and tell him the show was on. I guess he forgot. Either that or something has happened. Now, that little girl of his did smash her finger in the sliding glass door. So USA goes, thanks for the offer, Timothy. He will probably be on at 10, Jared said. Probably. Timothy goes, you can get paid every week, every Monday. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta hook a charger up to this too. No, I don't have to hook a charger up to it. I can hook the line up to it. That's right. Let me see what here. What's this? USA goes, when I get a better vehicle, I may take you up on that offer, Timothy. Then Jamie goes, yeah, oh Scott, where are you tonight? That's what I'm saying. Timothy goes, I didn't know where I work has been in business. I didn't know where I work has been in business since 1927. Long time. That was back before the Dust Bowl. Timothy goes, yep. USA goes, I may try to get a band to sleep in. Why is the wife kicking you to the doghouse? Oh, not. Jamie goes, where are you, Miss Jamie? Wants to know where your favorite person is, Scott. Well, that's what I'm wondering. I may have to have you text him and find out what's going on. Like he would tell you, you can't moderate a show if you ain't on it. Remember, Jamie? And here he is not on the show. He's got to practice what he preaches. USA goes, I'd sleep in a van for a job till a first payday and then a motel. Jamie goes, yep. And which is true. I mean, I've had moderators before Scott. I had Elizabeth before Scott. Then she would just come on whenever she wanted, not be on half the time. Then there was one before her, baby girl Tina, who just totally abandoned ship for 8 or 9 nights in a row. So in order to be a moderator, you do have to be on the show, you know. And of course, my show is every night. You know, only 2 night shows have I missed in 14 months. No matter what this show is on, even if it's late, it's still on. Jamie goes, yes, we are. And Timothy goes, well, USA, you could walk like I did. Yeah. That's a lot further walk, though. You come from Florence. He's down in Montgomery. That would be more than a gump walk. I mean, you come to Florence to Tennessee, and then you got a taxi from Tennessee either the Paragould or Jonesboro. Jamie goes, because this Jamie is here and he is not here. That's true. And we've been on 15 minutes already, and he's still not here. Uh, unless they had to take the little girl to the hospital or something. But I know Scott, if he's definitely not going to be on, he would usually give me a text or something. So I don't think that's happened. Uh, and it's got to be close to 10 o'clock, and he's not on. See, I can't see the time right now. USA goes, I got a truck, but it's an 89 S10 Blazer. I could let it take me as far as I could go. Well, that might not be a good idea. It might not. It might get you here. It might not. Jamie goes, so I guess Miss Jamie will take the moderator job for him tonight. Well, I guess somebody's going to have to. He's abandoned ship. And I'm going to tell him if he ever gets on here. Now, what did I say tonight? You know, did you not, I like to tell him, did you not watch my second live of the day today or read my evening post? That's why it pays to do that. You know, I said 9:30 or 10. Jared goes, go get a U-Haul and drive it to Jonesboro. Well, you could do that. You could pretty much bank on getting here. That's for sure. USA goes, that's true, Jared. I never thought of that. Yep. Jamie goes, because last time he told me, Miss Jamie, you will have to moderator tonight. Yeah. That one time, yeah. Let me know when it gets 10 o'clock, guys. Kennedy goes, yep, and you can leave the U-Haul at any U-Haul location. That's true. Now, I know where the one is on Red Wolf here. I don't know if there's another one or not. There might be, and I don't know it. You got 5 minutes? Okay. He's got 5 minutes to 10. See how he knew the TikTok live show was going today? He just happened to start scrolling and he seen I was live. He didn't even read the text I'd sent him before I went live. Johnny goes, so I guess I will do it tonight. Well, I know that's not, if he doesn't come on, I'm sure he'll probably be on, but if he didn't, that's not like Scott not to send me a text message and say, well, I can't be on, you know, for whatever the reason would be. 4 minutes now. Okay. Yeah. Now, I don't know what time in the night. I know his wife has a nightly show on TikTok Live, but I don't know what time of night she has it on. I think she has it on every night from the way Scott talks, but I don't know what time of the night she has it on TikTok Live. Also, I want to give a big shout out quickly to Lupita over at Cricket Wireless. This cap I got on and where I've got my wireless plan through on the one on Southwest Drive. It's right across from Coffee Gallery, in between the Revenue Office and Pizza Inn in the big orange building. She's, I think, still in the Little Rock Hospital. She's having some problems with her pregnancy. She was in a hospital here in Jonesboro, and they had to send her to the hospital there. So I've been praying for her, and I hope that her pregnancy lines out and she does better, of course, naturally. And I wanted to give a big shout out to Pal who works there too. So I've been praying for her and everything, her and her kids and her family and her husband and stuff. So we'll keep you in the prayers again, Lupita. Timothy goes, who's pregnant? Well, it ain't me. Her name's Lupita. She's the woman that works, one of the two women that works at Cricket Wireless on Southwest Drive. and she's pretty far along in her pregnancy, but she's having complications. So she was a patient inpatient at one of the two hospitals here, and they wound up sending her to Little Rock to a hospital there. So I knew that as of yesterday. So I'm been praying for her that her pregnancy lines out. She's got, I think, 3 or 4 kids already, and of course she's married. She's got a husband. And I've met him there a few times. So yeah, she wears glasses. Well, yeah, she wears glasses, and I think Pal wears glasses too. Both of them wear glasses, I believe. If I remember right. I've met her. Timothy Ghost. Yeah, Pal is the she's smaller in height, and she's the actual, I think, manager there. Uh, hey, Timothy, have you ever drank any coffee over there at Coffee Gallery? I wonder what their coffee's like over there. Timothy goes, she was the only one there when I went to get my hat. Oh, was she? Jared goes, 10 o'clock. Yep. And where's Scott? Jamie, if you don't care, get off of here and text Scott and find out what's going on with him. You don't care. Because I know you got his account, right? On TikTok. Liberal tears. Timothy goes, never been there. Yeah, well, I haven't either. As far as I've never drank any coffee from there. I have at Starbucks and some other places here in town. There he is. We've been wondering where you been. Timothy goes, I'm fixed to go to bed. Okay, Timothy, thanks, my friend, for coming on the show and for the $20 and for the food tonight too. I greatly appreciate you, buddy. Jared goes, there's Scott. Yeah, better late. Talking about being tardy. Timothy tells everybody good night. Scott goes, I thought you would go live at 10. Well, I actually went live at 9:37. I said 9:30 or 10. Timothy goes, God bless. You too, Timothy. And it's supposed to be hot tomorrow, everyone, like Timothy was telling me earlier tonight. So the heat is going to be coming back. USA goes, good night, Timothy. Thanks for the offer, buddy. Or bro. Scott, I was telling USA a little bit about the offer. So you need to go ahead and tell him now what it pays and what the logistics is of it and everything. Scott goes, I made up for it earlier on TikTok. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Don't pull rank on me. Because this is my second show, so no, don't go there. Jamie goes, it's about time. My favorite person. I guess she means your favorite person coming on. What are you doing, Miss Jamie? She's been counting the time that you hadn't been here. Jamie goes, was missing you, my friend. Hey, I pointed out a deer that was over here earlier when it was still daytime out here, when Timothy and Jamie was here. I seen it from right beside the pharmacy all the way. It was way up there on the hill by my tent, and it was a baby doe. And then I pointed it out to them, and we seen it. Now, that's the first deer I've seen the 6 months I've been here, and it was a baby doe. Should have got a hold of me. Well, I mean, that's why I get. Did you not watch the second live of the day or in the evening post? I put 9:30 or 10. But Jamie goes, thinking about you, Scott, my favorite person. Well, there goes a cop with his headlights on, and I don't know if it was Craighead County Sheriff's or JPD, but it was going northbound on I-555 with its sirens on too. So, it yet not okay. I don't. Okay, my daughter smashed her finger pretty good. Yeah, I remember that happening. Uh, I was telling Jamie and Timothy about that. Yeah, but I seen a baby doe all the way from this right beside the building here, and it was way out on top of the hill, right where my tent was. What it is, smelling food in my tent, but it can't get in there. So, uh, so happy you're here, my favorite person. Jamie says, "Get off me, son of a bitch." Uh, Scott goes, "Have you put Timothy to bed yet, Miss Jamie?" Yeah, he just said good night to everybody. USA goes, "Damn bears smell like a dog park tonight." Well, that's usually what it smells like when you're farting from drinking beer. Is it smells like a humiliating dog fart. But Scott, what did you think about Caden Howard that give me 1,120 roses? Man, I mean, that's the first time that ever happened. I never got that many roses like that. Not in a whole live show on TikTok from quite a few other people doing that, much less one person. Jamie goes, sure did. Put him to bed. Scott goes, he needs to come over to the YouTube live. Well, that's what I told him, but uh, I don't know. Maybe he can't. Maybe he has to go to bed at that time, or maybe he's working, or I don't know. USA goes, I'm going to come spend the night with Ozzy. Well, the only one I would let spend the night with me would be a female. But I mean, she couldn't spend the night. She could only stay 2 hours in tent. Then she'd have to go because I got my work to do. So, and that's all I can devote is 2 hours for sex, and that's it. I'm in love with my work. Yes, Jared goes, the strutting man and the stumbling man. That's probably what it'd be called. Scott goes, Miss Jamie can come stay the night with you after she puts Timothy to bed. Well, Timothy's probably got an alarm that goes off anyways. Probably if she was to even walk out the door, he would know it. It would be a natural alarm. But I'm glad you and your dad, Jared, got to go eat it at Whataburger today. I'll tell you what I'm wanting to try next time I go there as far as the eating goes, is on their sandwiches, is their, it's called the sweet and spicy barbecue bacon burger. Man, it looks good. Scott, you can come over. Did you get a banana milkshake, Jared? I believe he said they did. Either him or his dad did one, or both of them did. Jared goes, the onion rings are pretty good. Well, I haven't got a chance to try their onion rings yet, but I bet they are pretty good. You know. Uh, Scott goes, have you ever tried the spicy ketchup? I haven't. I don't know if Timothy or Jamie tried it last night there or not. USA goes, I'm going to fix me a Tony's pizza in a few. Well, hey, those ain't bad. Jamie goes, come on down, Scott, my favorite person. Uh, Jamie goes, hey, Scott, I like it. Well, I don't know what she likes, but she says she likes it, Scott. Uh, yeah, my pop, Jared goes, got the banana pudding milkshake first time in a while. I got to sit down and eat with him. Well, that was a good thing, man. USA goes, if it wasn't for my wife still working, helping me, I'd be starving to death. Bless her heart. Yeah. Jamie goes, me and Audrey like the spicy ketchup. I've never ever got to try the spicy ketchup, but knowing me, I would probably like it because I like spicy stuff anyways. one of these. Ooh. Sorry, guys. I got to suck on an inhaler right quick. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, crap. Guess I'm going to have to dig everything out just to find it. Let me check the other. Well, no wonder. I opened the wrong side. That's why I couldn't find them. All right. Now, okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Scott goes, have you ever went scuba diving, Ozzy? No, I've never went scuba diving. Jamie goes, hey, Ozzy, have you ever eaten at Casa Maya before? Not at Casa Maya, I haven't. Not yet. USA goes, I love my wife so much I wouldn't know what to do without her. She's my best friend and I love her so much. Well, that's usually the way it is when you got a wife. That's for sure. Yeah, Scott would probably tell you on here he probably don't love his wife, but I know better. Probably loves her more than he can love it by just about anything. It works both ways. Scott goes, not when she puts her cold feet on you. She has cold feet, Scott, all the time. Jerry goes, me and Jade argue and bicker, but she's my rider. There you go. Well, I mean, you're going to have that. I mean, if you don't ever bicker at least a little bit every now and then, there's something going to be wrong, I would think, within the relationship. I mean, worst comes to worst, when you're bickering and you don't want to bicker anymore, go smoke you a bowl. Then you'll feel better. USA goes, ain't no shame showing love. No, that's true. Ain't no shame in that. I hadn't. I know it's supposed to be hot tomorrow. I don't think it's supposed to rain tomorrow. USA goes, I do everything for my wife. I'd sell my soul to the devil for her. Well, would she do that for you? If she would, then I guess it would be worth it to do so. Sounds like she would. Scott goes, raining here. It's always raining where you're at, Scott. Always. I mean, earlier today, I was checking radar out here, and it showed a little small line of itsy bitsy hit and miss rain that was going to be hitting Jonesboro. And I thought it'll be Virgo. And sure enough, that's what it was. Scott goes, I feel like I'm in the rainforest. I bet. Yeah. USA goes, I'm just drunk, but I mean I mean every word of it. Well, I mean, you can be drunk and mean that too. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Jamie goes, my mom told me tonight that it's raining in Texas and there is going to be flooding. Well, it's always raining in Branson. Uh, Scott goes, the truth comes out when you're really drunk. That's what I've always heard it said, that you really speak your real emotions when you're drunk. That's what I hear. But tell me, Scott, are you still a true gentleman if you drank a lot of gentleman Jack? I always wondered anybody that drinks gentleman Jack if they were a true gentleman once they got through drinking. Jamie goes, she said it's going to not be lots of lots of flooding. Scott goes, not at all. You're an asshole. LOL. That's what I kind of got to thinking when you drank a little too much of the Jack. That you're not so much of a gentleman anymore. Uh, I guess they could call you asshole Jack. Yeah. Scott goes, especially if you drank the whole bottle. Yeah, yeah. What is it? 80 proof. Scott. I've never drank Gentleman Jack. I've heard it. Of course, I heard of it and stuff. I've seen it, but I never drank it. Uh, I'd like to give a fifth of that to Chiffon and tell her, drink this and call me in the morning. And I can tell you what would happen to her. She'd be put below the jail and would never be let out. Yeah. Scott goes, I like proper 12, any kind of brown whiskey. Proper 12. USA goes, hell, I'm very drunk now. I think if I autocorrect wasn't a thing, you would not be able to read from me. Well, I've been pretty drunk myself before, I guess. I'm properly drunk, I guess. Uh USA goes, I'm still in my right mind though. No, you ain't. Or you wouldn't be in this live chat if you had your right mind. Yeah. Your wife probably says, what are you on that crazy man's fucking show again tonight? She's probably saying, but you're just as crazy as he is, so y'all are fit for one another. Well, Jamie goes, well, back in the day when Miss Jamie used to drink, I would get very wild and crazy. Well, I mean, I had parties all the time, so it was a bunch of crazy people at a crazy party, me included. Jamie goes, I mean, very, very wild and crazy. I bet. USA goes, my wife got mad at me the other day for getting drunk and pissing beside the toilet. Well, yeah, I can see her getting mad about that because it's supposed to aim in the toilet. Jared, you still hanging tough? Yes, sir. Fully baked. Just what I expected you to say, Jared. Yes, sir, and fully baked. Yes, sir. He goes, I remember when I was about 18, I got drunk on whiskey and shit in the bed in my room, and my mom came in raising hell. Well, I bet. Got drunk, shit the bed. I bet she said, 18 years old and it still ain't potty trained. Get drunk and shit in the bed. Uh, Jimmy goes, yes, I hate it when a man don't aim in the toilet and I don't get in the toilet and it gets all over the seat and I have to clean the seat. Yeah. USA goes, I don't miss my dad though since he passed. That was a mean one. Oh, really? Uh, Jamie goes, because some men, yeah, they don't aim to please in the toilet. Uh, USA goes, he left everything to my brother. I can't get over it. Jamie Wilson, are you like that? Meaning me? Oh no. I if I use the toilet, I mean I make it in the toilet. They are messy. Yep. Well, I know your dad left the company to your brother, and you left you holding with the funeral and the headstone expenses. So USA goes, I used up all my savings for that headstone. Yeah, headstones are quite expensive. Scott goes, how old was your dad? Uh, he could not have been very old. USA goes, he was 73. My mom liked older men, unfortunately. Hmm. USA goes, but my mom was born in 1960. Scott goes, wow, did not expect that. Yeah, well, your mom would be 7 years older than me. Uh, Jerry goes, if I was 73 with a young lady, I wouldn't be happy either. Why wouldn't you be, Jared? Jamie Wilson goes, be right back, Ozzy. Go ahead and take your meds, Jenny. Figure that's what she has to go do. Figure. And her insulin shot. Uh, why wouldn't you be with a young all them little blue pills you would need. Well, that would make sense. You're right. I bet we could get some off of Nature Boy Ric Flair, though. I know he's probably got some to spare. Uh, Scott goes, Blue Chew. Yeah. USA goes, he died on the road taking a load of shingles to a job. He had a massive heart attack. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Jamie goes, got to make Timothy's lunch for his lunchbox. Oh, okay. You know how you make his lunch the quickest? Just put a can of dip in his cooler. That would be lunch. USA goes, he was a shit ass. Jamie goes, they take night then take night meds and insulin. Oh, okay. Yeah. Scott goes, you should write Timothy a letter and put from Scott, LOL. Yeah. Yeah, you ought to do that, Jamie. Write Timothy a letter. Jamie goes, okay, Scott. She goes, all righty. Jerry goes, they fighting down there. Talking about the guys in the truck. Scott goes, oh, Locust. Oh, hey, Bud. Bud goes, hi, Ozzy. Hey, Ozzy. Hey. Jerry goes, fighting down there. Yeah, the Locust is out here. What's wondering about you, Bud? Scott goes, any more Bud luck? Jerry goes, it sounded like whoever was in that vehicle was upset. Yeah, I thought that's who you was talking about. Yeah, they were on Parker Road going northbound, and then they turned on this little road that'll take you either to here or to the gym. So yeah, it sounded like they was upset with one another. USA goes, my dad was a pedo. Bud goes, not today, at least not yet. To your question, Scott. Well, that's a good thing, Bud, in your case. You're not working on the milk truck tonight, Bud? Jamie goes, what was the cops about? That was earlier tonight. They was going northbound on I-555. I don't know. USA goes, I'm just drunk and Benton. Well, that's better than being drunk and vomiting any night. Bud goes, we are just now leaving out of Memphis. Oh, okay. Scott goes, if you do not have bad luck, how do you make it through the day? Talking to you, Bud. USA goes, I love everyone here. Now's going to come the vomiting part, USA. Yeah. That'd probably be your luck. Bud goes, yes, I'm at the truck. I'm on the truck tonight. Okay. That's what I kind of thought. Well, Bud, where's the naked women and beer at? Uh, USA goes, my wife told me to piss outside when I'm drinking. I wonder why she told you that. Oh, I get it. Because you don't aim it in the toilet, it goes to the side. Bud goes, right now they're probably in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. Okay, who's in Poplar Bluff, Missouri? Yeah. Because I don't know what you mean. Oh, the strippers. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's a little ways from here. That's too bad. USA goes, my wife said, hey, Ozzy, her name is Paige. Okay. Well, tell her that I can understand why she has you go outside when you get drunk to pee. Bud goes, hopefully I can pick a day soon and bring them there. It'll be one big party. Oh, yeah. USA goes, my real name is Jake. Okay, Jake. Scott's real name is not really Scott. It's Talks. That's his real name. It's not Scott. It's Talks. He just reversed it and to make it Scott. Jake from State Farm, Scott says. That's what I was fixing to say. It's really Jake from State Farm. Bud goes, everybody in the chat and or watching is invited my treat. Well, that's a great thing too. USA goes, I heard that a lot, Scott. I bet you did. I bet you did, and you know your name ain't a squid, so I bet. Scott goes, LOL. Uh, I bet you never get that lived down, Jake. Uh, Jamie goes, yes. LOL. She said, yeah. LMBO. Jamie goes, yeah. Scott goes, tell me what you write on the letter, Miss Jamie, and put it in his lunchbox. She probably put on the outside of it. Well, no, on the inside of it, when he goes to get his lunch out, that he gets the note first, and she goes, I'm your loving wife, and here's your lunch, Timothy. Then he's going to look inside, and this is going to be a can of dip. Then there's going to be a PS on that. He'll look back on the note and say a PS. It was really tough. It took me a long time to prepare your lunch last night. USA goes, my wife used to put letters in my lunchbox too. Letters? You mean like letters y'all wrote to one another or something? Traffic report brought to you by Parker Road Specialty Pharmacy on Parker Road. If you're looking for a good pharmacy, folks, come to Parker Road Specialty Pharmacy. Mike Sue, the owner, and Doreen and all the gang here will fix you right up and tell them the strut man sent you. Uh, right now, traffic is to a complete stop on I-555, northbound, southbound, Parker Road, northbound, southbound, no traffic right at the present time. And there's a few cars here and there on Southwest Drive, and that's it. That was your traffic report. Okay, she would put them in my lunchbox telling me how proud she is of me, and I'll quit my job. And then Jamie goes, it's gonna say, hey, my man, it's your sweet, lovely wife here, just sending you some love, and I had to work a whole lot to make you this food. Love, Jamie. Yeah, that's all good, but make sure you only put a can of dip in there. That way it'll make it sound like you took a long time preparing his lunch. Leave no food in there, just a can of dip. What I like about YouTube Live too, I can sit here and smoke in front of this camera all I want to, and there won't be no flag or nothing, you know. That's what I like about it too. So I'm like Scott, I like it a lot better. I know y'all don't because y'all have to type like crazy, but I do. Uh, Scott goes, and make sure you put love Scott on that love letter to Timothy. Jamie Wilson goes, yep, Ozzy, yeah, I will. And USA goes, I always been a bologna sandwich. I'd always have bologna sandwich and chips for my lunch or a can of spaghetti. Yeah. Sometimes I had a potted meat sandwich lunch when I worked, and sometimes it was better. It was a spam sandwich or a turkey sandwich sometimes. USA goes, or Vienna sausage. Yeah, there you go. I mean, I'm a big Vienna sausage lover. That's just made crackers and Vienna sausages. Oh, yeah. And it's quick, you know. Jenny goes, yes, Scott, I will put your name on them. Yeah, you do that. Uh, Jamie goes and say, love Scott. Yeah. I could hear him saying, there's one thing you want to send me a letter in my lunch pail. Then at the end of it, you put love Scott. What's up with that shit? That's probably what he would say. And knowing Jamie, she would say, Scott and Ozzy told me to do it. Yeah. Scott goes, that will be hilarious. It would be hilarious because I know what he'd say. You know, it's one thing you want to send me a nice sweet letter in with my lunch that you made for me the night before. You know, but what is with at the end of the letter, love Scott? That's pretty fucked up. That's what anybody would probably say. You know, it would be hilarious though. I mean, just for a laugh. I mean, because I could see him telling her that, you know, what's up with that fucking shit? Love Scott. Jamie goes, and make sure Timothy knows that the love letters are you, or I guess she means are from you, Scott. And Scott goes, what someone look into his lunchbox and see a letter from another man. Right. Oh well, yeah, right, Scott. You ain't kidding there. Uh Jerry goes, don't put Scott, just use some random name. There you go. You have some random name like uh say Joe, for example. Jamie goes, yep, yep. Bud goes, yep. Yup, yup, yup. USA goes, damn beer hitting hard tonight. Sounds like it. Maybe you ought to just slow down on the fudge round and increase the beer. He goes, I'm about to start crying. Well, that must mean you've had too many fudge rounds. Definitely don't do no more fudge rounds tonight. Increase the beer. Funnel that. Bud goes, more beer. Yeah, with tears coming out of his eyes too, laughing. Yeah. Scott goes, you need a Sprite, a Jolly Rancher, and some liquid coating makes it together and called a deuce. Well, I wonder if he could tell his wife, like the old Kiss song, I'm worth the deuce, and so say, honey, make me a deuce. USA goes, that sounds good, to be honest. It don't sound too bad. USA goes, that sounds too good to be honest. That sounds too good to be honest. Oh, it sounds too good to be honest. I get it. I follow you. The traffic looks bad in Forest City, Bud goes. Well, I don't know how it is all over town here, but we used to buy them on the south side of town for $10. What a deuce. Scott goes, yep, in a baby food bottle. Huh. Wow. I never even had heard of a deuce. I hadn't. We are at standstill, Bud goes. Well, maybe you ought to step outside the truck with a bullhorn and say, I need all this traffic to move out of the way so we can get through here. Bud goes, road work. Okay. Well, don't kill the construction workers doing the road work. Bud goes, maybe I can give them a drink. What, a milk? USA goes, I may be an alcoholic, but I don't know. Well, only you would know that. Well, let's do it to a community vote. Does everyone here think that USA is an alcoholic? Say hell yeah. For those who think he's not an alcoholic, say hell no. Scott goes, only if you go to meetings, you're an alcoholic. Well, the only reason why I went to them is because I had to go to them as a requirement to stay at a Kim-free living house. I had to go to 5 meetings a week. But since I've been away from there, I've not went to one meeting. Hell yeah, USA goes. So USA believes he's an alcoholic. Hell yeah from Bud Beavers. A thumbs up from Jared. So far the community is in agreement. Scott goes, hell no. Leave it to Scott and say hell no. Yeah. Uh, there's got to be one in the crowd that's going to go against the grain. So, but I didn't give my opinion yet. Yeah. USA goes, thank you, Scott. Scott goes, all I have to say is, don't be a quitter, just do it. Well, Scott, you don't get drunk every day. Hunter Frazier says, hey, Hunter. I would ask your wife though, USA. She would probably know whether you are or not. This is how you know you're an alcoholic though, for sure. If you go without it and you're yearning to have it, then you are. If your body's telling you got to have it, you got to have it. If it doesn't tell you that, you can take it or leave it. When you get sober from it, then you know you're not. Scott goes, I have not drank in 2 weeks. Jamie Wilson goes, I know, maybe or maybe not. Right. Well, when the body is telling you that you're craving it, you gotta have it. That's after you get sober. That's when you'll know you're an alcoholic. USA goes, my wife says yes. Well, I know she's the closest to you, so I would say this is how you'll know. When you sober up tomorrow, go without it tomorrow night and see if your body's telling you got to have it. If it says you got to have it, that means you're an alcoholic. USA goes, I've never been without beer in like 4 years. Well, if you've been drinking beer every day for 4 years, I can tell you right now you are to at least beer. But in order to quit something, if you have an addiction to it, you have to be thoroughly tired of it, you know, meaning that you'll do anything it takes to stay sober. Jared goes, better give your liver a break. Yeah, I agree, Jared. USA goes, I drink every day, rain or shine. Well, you didn't leave snow in there, so I guess on snow days you don't. But no, I mean, that's how you'll best know if you are an addict to anything is when you get clean and sober, if your body is craving it so bad, and your brain's telling you can't do without it, you gotta have it, then you know. USA goes, I may try to go tomorrow without it and see. Well, that's the only way you're gonna know. Bud goes, Ozzy. Okay, you just left it at Ozzy, so. Jamie goes, yep. I mean, that's the best way that you'll know. That way you'll know, at least, She goes, yep. Jamie does again. USA goes, I'll be back. I'm going to smoke a cigarette outside. Okay. Where's my other charger at? Oh, I got it right here. All right, the chat's come to a standstill. Jared, Scott, and Jamie. USA had to go outside to have a cigarette. Jamie goes, yeah. Is the mosquitoes butchering you? No, they were a little bad at first when I first started the show, but they're not now. Jared goes, did you see some military planes are flying over Jonesboro on the 1st? No, I didn't see it. Bud goes, YouTube keep censoring my comments. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I hadn't been seeing nothing by you, Bud. It's Bud luck for Bud. Scott goes, are saying something bad. Are you saying something bad, uh, Bud? Bud goes, popped up the same message 3 different times, and I guess it's not actually publishing it. It must be shadow banning me. Could be. Jamie goes, yep, that's right. Scott goes, I can say anything I want on here. Yeah. Jamie goes, that's true. And then Bud goes, apparently not me for some stupid reason. It's Bud luck. That's why you're having Bud luck. Scott goes, make America great again. And Michelle Obama is a man. Make America Michelle Obama again. Yeah, is what Scott's trying to say. Bud goes, but I got to use a really hot platinum roll today. I guess I got to see a really hot platinum roll today. What do you mean by that, Bud? Be right back, Scott said. Okay, Scott. Jared goes, I've been quiet tonight. I took one too many good rips. Sounds like it. Sound like you went flying high again and you kept on smoking them joints. And that's what happened. That 27% you added up over time becomes 100%, and then some. Jamie goes, yeah. Jamie or Bud goes, Ebony. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Well, USA hadn't come back from that cigarette, guys. I wonder if he ain't toking on the Latin lettuce, so to speak. Bud goes, it's all censored. Me, what the F? Well, I'm going to have to talk to YouTube and see that they stop giving Bud luck. Jamie goes, what? Well, it went through what he said about the platinum roll, and then he explained it because I didn't understand it. And he said ebony, so then I understood it. So then he goes right below that. It's still censored me. What the fuck? So I don't know. Yeah, Jamie goes, wow. Bud goes, I guess I made too mad or something. I mean YouTube. Jamie goes, crazy, just crazy. Yep. And Jerry goes, I'm about to warm up the tubes and play some vinyl. Okay. Jamie goes, yeah. Yeah, probably so. At 100 stars, hey, thanks for coming in here. Says that's Trump falling asleep lately. What Jared said, 100 stars. Did Scott get a phone call? I don't know. He just said he'd be right back. Or did he just step away for a minute? I don't know. He just said he'd be right back. Censored by YouTube, it just says here. From right beside Bud's name. That's what it says here, guys. Right beside Bud's name, it goes censored by YouTube. Jamie goes, wow, yeah, I know it. So I don't know what he said, but man, yeah, I know it. There's Bud. What the hell? That's what it said beside your name above this comment here that you said censored by YouTube. Bud goes, first shadow bans me, then it blocks my comments. Good grief. I know it. I know it, Bud. Jamie goes, yes, it does. Right. I mean, I don't know what's going on with them. Who knows with YouTube? Are y'all still stuck in traffic, Bud? Bud goes, yes, sir, we are. So you're still stuck in traffic? Yeah. Well, I know that's a bummer, too. Bud's having Bud luck again, guys. You know, YouTube keeps censoring him and stuff, so. Mosquito. Well, I don't know if Scott's going to come back or not. He said he'd be right back, so. 100 stars must have got out just to come in with that one comment. 100 stars, you still with us? Yes, sir, we are, Bud goes. Yeah. Still stuck in the traffic, so. Jamie goes, be right back. Okay, Jamie. Potty break, she goes, for me. Okay, understand. Bud goes, we are doing 5 miles per hour. Most times I walk faster than that. I strut up to 6 miles an hour. Jared goes, any updates on your health? Well, no. Jamie and Timothy asked me that today. Uh, they called me just wanting to know if I had an appointment set up with the gastrointestinal doctor. I said, well, I told y'all when I was there and I seen the doctor that I already had that appointment set up for July. And she said, the receptionist said, well, I guess they didn't have that notice. She goes, I'm so sorry. I said, it wasn't results of my alpha gal tick test. She goes, no, it hasn't come back yet. I said, oh, okay. I said, all right. She goes, well, I'll note that. I said, okay, thanks. So no, I haven't found out anything else. That could be colitis. The doctor told me I could have. If it's not alpha-gal, then what you're going to do probably when I go see the gastro doctor is order a CAT scan of the abdomen. And he's like me, though. The doctor didn't think I had Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis because I have no abdominal cramping whatsoever. So, but yesterday I felt really, really great and done my normal 6 miles, so. Bud goes, it's still blocking me. Well, Bud, I don't really know what I can do. I don't, So, I mean, I really don't know. Jared goes, any music you heard that stuck out? You mean like today? No, not really. I'm wondering if Greta Van Fleet's coming out with an actual new album, Jared. Oh, I do know the Rolling Stones, I think, has put out a brand new album. I do know that. But it goes, I guess I'll keep it G-rated. Yeah, you might want to, but I mean, I've seen on Facebook a Jethro Tull member passed away. I've seen that today. Oh, and I'll tell you what else I've seen today on Facebook. I've seen Styx in concert somewhere from, I think, last night, and Tommy Shaw was singing. I don't know what it is about these old rock and rollers. When you can't sing to your fucking potential, fucking retire. The same goes for Sammy Hagar. I mean, all they're doing is ripping off the fans. That's all they're doing, That's why I tell people, if it's an old rock and roll solo singer or an old rock and roll band, don't pay your hard-earned money to go see them in concert because they're not going to sing to their fucking potential whatsoever. They're going to suck, at best. So you're just wasting your fucking money. And half the time, the band's not even playing the music good either. Case in point, I've seen, I think today on TikTok Live, Rush is in concert, right? Well, Geddy Lee's bass was not, you couldn't hear it. He was getting mad at the bass tech. But he can't sing up to his potential either, So that's what I'm saying. These old rock and rollers are not going to give you what you're wanting in a concert, believe you me. They're just not going to do it because they can't. They don't have nothing left in the tank, So that's just the way it is. You're better off if you want to go see an old country music act. Now that's a different story. You'll get your money's worth. They can sing up to their potential, and play good in concert too. So, Bud goes facts, I mean, even though the Rolling Stones come out with a new album, I wouldn't go see them in concert for a free ticket because I know that Mick Jagger is not going to sing to his fucking potential. This is how you could do it in studio. when you're recording music, yeah, you can't fake it, right? Like you can't fake it in concert. But if you get to where you're singing pretty good on a song and then you start sucking, then they'll get the part of the song where you're singing good at. You can come back in and re-record the rest of that song on another day. You can piece it together. In concert, you can't piece it together. During the whole song, you got to sing it. So you can fake it a little bit, so to speak, in a studio, just a little bit, and I mean only a little bit. But in concert, you can't fake it at all. So that's what I'm saying. If you want to get your money's worth, go see a country music solo singer or band that's been around a long time. Then you're going to get your money's worth. Uh, USA goes, I ended up smoking 2 cigarettes back to back. Well, I thought maybe you went out there and smoked a left-handed cigarette or something. That's what I thought. I seen yesterday where Sammy Hagar and his band sung before 19,000 people at an outside concert in St. Louis. Sucks. Axl Rose, sucks. Brian Johnson and the whole band, sucks. I could go on and on and on. The old rock and rollers are not worth a fuck. That's just putting it mildly. George Strait is still singing to his potential and putting out hits and singing great in concert. The band he's got, they play great. That's what I'm saying. There's your examples right there. My cup. No. Jamie goes, okay, I'm back now. I'm wondering about Scott, though. I bet Scott's not going to come back. I bet he got a call regarding work, and he's not coming back, I bet. Jamie goes, or USA goes, I'm drunk and high. Sounds like it. USA goes, yes, good. Old George Strait, yeah. Jared goes, that's the show must go on. There you go. Yeah. Talking about Scott, yeah. But it is true when it comes to your rock and rollers, you're going to be sorely disappointed. That's what I say. The show always must go on with the live show, Jamie goes, that's why I said I think he got a phone call. Well, that's what I'm thinking too, because he just said he would be right back. And I said, okay. I bet he's on the phone. I bet he is too. Now I'm going to end the show right at 2 hours tonight. It's been on an hour and 35 minutes. So, USA goes, damn, Ozzy, I'm tore up. It sounds like it. Jamie goes, yep, his job. That's what I was thinking, yeah. I bet it's his job. Probably is. Probably. Jared goes, Jelly and Bunny are getting a divorce. Yeah, I've seen that now. And it's a kind of a friendly divorce. They both are, are still, I'm sorry guys, still friends and everything. But yeah, he's actually divorcing her, but they're doing it on a friendly basis. So that's good. Jamie goes, 11:14 right now. Yeah. Yeah. I'll end it at 2 hours here, Jamie. Okay. Oh, you talking about Jelly and Bunny? Yeah. About their divorce? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they both are in agreement on it, you know. So, but I mean, that's good if you can get a divorce in a friendly way, you know. So, well, Jelly's daughter Bailey is mad. Well, see, I didn't know that she was mad. I mean, she is mad. Jamie says. Well, she'll get over it. We all do when we get mad. That's me included. I get over it. Jamie goes, well, you know what I heard about Bunny? What? USA goes, people say I look like Jelly Roll. Well, you mean the slimmed down version of Jelly Roll now? There's Scott had to take care of her finger. I said that once. I bet it might be regarding your daughter that hurt her finger, shutting the sliding glass door on her finger. And then Jamie brought up it could have been from work. So it could have been, but was it paining her pretty bad some more, Scott? Jamie goes, that Bunny is dating Chad, the lead singer of Nickelback. Well, she could be. Who knows? She may not be. She could be. Scott goes, yes, I sent you a picture on TikTok. Her pulled a little pulled her on TikTok. Her pulled a little thing. You mean she pulled something in her finger? USA goes, with all my tattoos, I'm covered with tattoos except my face. Well, he's got them on his face. He does. I don't know why anybody wants to do that. I got tattoos all over my body, but one place I ain't gonna put it on my face. The face is supposed to stay sacred. States that in the Bible. So, her poor little finger. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I hope it ain't broke, Scott. Another one. I was trying to think of his name. Who's a rapper. Who's a white guy. I was trying to think of his name. He's got them all over his face. You know, I don't know why anybody wants to tattoo their face. It states in the Bible, "Thou shalt not mar thy face." It's called thy mark. I can't hardly say it. It means mark your face up, though. That's the only part of your body that's supposed to be. You know, you're supposed to be more religious about your face. I mean, I guess they had their reasons. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, of course, it makes most people think you're nuttier than a shithouse rat too. You know, so I mean, on the insane level. So I mean, especially when your face has got a bunch of them on it. USA goes, my neck down to my feet, I'm covered in tattoos. Well, I got one on my neck, but I mean, there's no way I would have got one on the face. I was trying to think of that white rapping guy that done a song with Ozzy on one of his albums, who he's got his face just covered with them. I mean, and it makes people think, for one, that you're just totally fucking insane. Then two, you're not supposed to do that, you know. Scott goes, I have tattoos all over my body except for my face. Well, I do too, but my face will always remain sacred. I'm not going to. Scott goes, well, Post Malone. Jared goes, that's who it is. Yeah, Post Malone. And his face is just covered with them. But I mean, Jelly Roll's got a lot on his face, So, and that's the first thing people think. They think, well, that motherfucker's just totally fucking nuts. It's bad enough you see one, but you see your face covered. Come on, Scott goes, I have a buddy, his whole body is solid black tattoo. I mean, I'm sure they got their reasons, and it might be a good reason for all I know, and it could be. So I'll give them benefit of the doubt, but you wouldn't catch me dead with one on my face. USA goes, Jelly Roll looks like a country bear. Well, he's dropped all that weight now, USA goes, Zeb Zuber. Jamie goes, they are best friends. Post and Jelly are best buddies. Well, I can see why the tattoos on the face. I mean, if I went to a tattoo parlor and they told me, if you'll let us put one tattoo on your face, we'll give you all the free tattoos for life you want to have, covering your whole body if you want. And I'd still tell them no. USA goes, I never liked Jelly Roll. Well, I thought you did. Maybe I just took it wrong. Let's say, oh, okay. It said your first comment about Jelly Roll was that people say you look a lot like Jelly Roll. Scott goes, if it would have to be inside my nose, that way nobody would ever see it. There you go. Yeah. I mean, they might have a good reason, and I might not know what that is. And if it's a good reason, then I can understand it. But if it's for some fucked up reason other than a good one, if there's any such thing as a good one to have your face covered with them, then I don't know. My mom was one that hated tattoos, period, right? She never had one on her body. And when I got this one on my neck, she did not like it for a lot of years. Then finally one day she said, I like all your tattoos, even the one on your neck. I said, you never liked tattoos. You never liked any of them I had on my body, especially the one on my neck. She goes, they fit you now. She said, I do like, she said, I don't want tattoos for me still. She goes, but I do like all your tattoos, Scott goes, getting tattoos releases endorphins in your body. Well, I think it's the pain that you go through with them is what does that. You're right, Scott. I mean, endorphins get released in my brain every day that I go strutting. That's a fact there too. USA goes, I can't see how they call him country music, Merle Haggard and George Jones's country, and Hank Williams Sr. and Jr. Well, I mean, you got to understand, country's changed today. It's not like it used to be. Country radio phased out traditional country music a long time ago, and top 40 country will not play traditional country. So you have to go with the times to make hits. Now, you can't make hits making traditional country unless you're George Strait. He's about the only one left now that can do traditional country and make hits. And they'll play his hits on top 40 radio. So Jamie Wilson goes, well, they are saying that Jelly Roll and Bunny both cheated on each other, and that's why they are getting divorced. Well, it could be that. I mean, I don't know what the reason is, but USA goes, David Allen Coe and Waylon Jennings too. I love them. Okay, yeah, me too. I love them both. Yeah. Scott goes, I heard that she is wanting to have a baby and he cannot have any more babies. I didn't know he could have one. Yeah. Why couldn't he adopt, if nothing else? It's not like they wouldn't have the money for that, you know. Just saying. Uh, USA goes, I grew up watching Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, I like Dukes of Hazzard. They were good. Timothy is a big time Dukes of Hazzard watcher, and then I like him. I like the A Team. It was good too. Scott goes, or Jamie goes, yes, I heard that too. Scott goes, it's just a easy way out. Uh, right, I hear you for both of them. Yeah, I mean, but getting back to the David Allan Cole, Weather and June thing. See, top 40 country radio quit playing traditional country. So it's not that anymore. It's country rock rap is what it is today on there, which I like that too. I like traditional country, no doubt, too. Jamie goes, yeah, yeah, it is. Meaning what Scott said, just an easy way out. Yeah. But I was going to say, why couldn't they adopt? It ain't like they wouldn't have the money for it. On the low end, it typically takes for a child below 18 to adopt roughly about 14,000. I know I've adopted, so I know what that costs. It can cost as high as $25,000 for a minor child, though. It depends on kind of what state you're in, stuff like that too. Scott goes, people do not want to work things out. Younger generation, right? Well, you can say that's what's wrong with the country in general. They can't say it's okay, it's all right to, disagree. Instead they got to kill one another. And that's true too. Where with me, I would say, well, we're not getting anywhere. Why can't we just part and say it's okay to disagree? But no, if you disagree with someone today, they'd rather just drop you with a bullet, to prove their point. Jamie goes, yep, so. She goes, yep, again, yeah. I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean, that's the country we live in now. I mean, I've disagreed with people on things before, and I would say, well, I have a different opinion about it, but I'm not going to try to change your mind, but don't try to change mine. We'll just say it's okay to disagree and leave it at that if that's okay. Because we as a person, we're not going to agree with someone on everything. There's going to be at least something we don't agree on. Jamie goes, yep. I mean, but Jared, I did see where a Jethro Tull member died on Facebook today. Jamie goes, that's right. That's true. Jared goes, man, I am finding some old records I didn't even know we had. Dean Martin. What? You had some Dean Martin albums? Let me tell you who was the first person to record a song on the album. Jimmy Rogers. First one. And back in the old days, it was really a folk music song. It was just him and an acoustic guitar. That was the first time a person recorded a song with Jimmy Rogers. And it was with nothing but an acoustic guitar. It wasn't country. It was more on folk music, side. So he was the first person to record. The first person to come out with a music video was Ricky Nelson from The Adventures of Ozzy and Harriet. So those two things I kind of knew. My grandpa had some old Jimmy Rogers albums. He was a Jimmy Rogers lover. Scott goes, I always tell the truth, Miss Jamie. He's lying right now. Jared goes, Jimmy Rogers, yep. He was the first one to record anything on a vinyl album. Nobody had recorded anything yet here in the United States Jimmy Rogers was the first. Jamie goes, yes, you do, Scott. Yes. And Scott goes, yep. Scott goes, you should have been on TikTok with us earlier, Miss Jamie. Yeah. She didn't, of course, me and you both knew that she didn't know I was doing the TikTok live thing. Uh, Jamie goes, I didn't know. Right. Right. Next time that I know, when I know I'm going to do it on the day I don't go strutting, I'll give you a text on TikTok, Jamie. That way you'll know. USA goes, I'm a common man, drive a common man. My doggy got a pedigree. And I've got rose colored glasses. Jamie Wilson goes, nobody told me. Scott goes, he going to start doing them every once in a while. Yeah. That's what I told her and Timothy today. If it's going to be a day that I don't go strutting, I will. USA, a common man is what I'll be. And I bet you take good care of your tools. Scott goes, you could tell all the men on there, you get crazy after 10 o'clock on YouTube. Yeah. Jamie goes, well, are you going to do it tomorrow? If you do it tomorrow at 3? Well, I don't know. I mean, if I don't go strutting, I will. But Jamie, what I'll do is when I know I'm going to do the TikTok live, I'll send you a text on TikTok and say, hey, I'll give you a set time. I'm going to go on the TikTok live. And that way you'll know. It was just kind of a spur of the moment thing. Jamie goes, I will be on. Well, good. And USA goes, I miss old country music. I miss the old country outlaws. Well, yeah, me too. She goes, okay. Yeah, okay, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. If I feel it from the Lord, I go strutting, of course. If I don't feel it from him, I won't. But now I've got something that I can do in that time that I don't, which will do a TikTok live show, What does it hurt? Don't hurt nothing. So, Johnny Horton, yeah. He sung like Battle of New Orleans. He had a lot of songs, of course, a lot of hits, of course. That's one. North to Alaska was another song he had. That song. Scott goes, a lot of people there are glad he's back. Well, yeah, I'm not back full time there though, as you know, Scott, buddy. But I mean, it hit me. The Lord gave me that vision to go to the TikTok live, so that's what I did. Jamie goes, well, Scott, you will get to see my pretty face again. She goes, yes, Scott. Scott goes, you were getting the gifts like crazy, sign from God. Well, it's a sign that, to do that, like when I don't go strutting, but keep the YouTube live here like we usually do at 9 p.m. usually when I'm on time. So that's just what it is, because on here I can smoke my cigars in front of the camera, cigarettes, and we have the leisure here. We can just say whatever in the hell we want to say. And it had that thing on the bottom of my screen the whole time on TikTok live because of my smoking. So I'd like to tell it the new owners of TikTok, get a fucking life. I'm 21 and I think I've earned that right to smoke if I want. I make sure the videos don't go to kids. USA goes, I'm scared to die and go to hell. Well, this is how you won't be scared to die. Get right with the Lord. You won't be scared to die, because when you die, then you don't have to worry about it. You'll be going to heaven. Scott goes, we can have rated R on TikTok and X rated on YouTube. There you go. Yeah. Uh, that's just the devil playing in on you there, making you scared of anything. Because the Lord paid for fear on the cross of Calvary, fear and worry. So if you're afraid to die, I would say that to anybody, that's fear brought on by the devil. You get right with the Lord and there's nothing for you to fear. That's what any good Christian would tell you, that you shouldn't fear anything. You're right with him. Uh, Scott goes, when you die, you get to go see your loved ones. That's true. You see them as little kids, but you'll know that how they was related to you here on earth. So you get to see your parents as little kids when you get up there, the whole 9 yards. So, and you'll know when you lock eyes how you knew one another down here on earth. So if you're right with the Lord, you have nothing to fear. Jamie goes, yeah, Scott, I like that. He's going to be doing the TikTok again. Yeah. And Jerry goes, haha, found Dolly Parton. There you go. Well, don't try to bang her too much. Leave some for me and Scott. Bud goes, I'm back, Ozzy. Sorry, we had a hiccup. Sounds like it. Yeah, I couldn't believe that from Caden Howard, man, give me 1,120 roses. That was astonishing, I thought. Scott goes, bird people tune in for you every night to hear about your bad problems. If it was not for you, we would have no good views. Well, that's true. You talking about Bud, Scott? Jamie goes, yep. Yes, everyone tunes in for his bad problems. People love drama. Yeah, I know that's what we was talking about on the TikTok live show. We were talking about USA a little bit, Bud. Like I was telling you, I've done that commentary segment more or less on Bud. So yeah, I mean, people do tune in to see what kind of Bud luck Bud's having, or if USA's drinking Everclear drink or eating fudge rounds. Bud goes facts. Jamie goes, people like when Ozzy is on TikTok. Well, yeah, they kind of liked it. It was some of the ones I remembered being in live chat, and some new ones too. Scott goes, yes, they do. He was making money today. Well, I didn't make a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but it'll supplement what I've already got, the $41, that's for sure, on TikTok. Bud goes, we almost got hung up on the railroad tracks. Oh, you don't want to get hung up there. That's for sure. USA goes, I got me a sea salt milk chocolate bar tonight. Boy, he likes chocolate. I'll give him that. When he drinks, he likes to eat chocolate in some form. Jody goes, wow. Yeah, yeah. She goes, wow again. Yeah, because I mean, I don't know about anybody I know, even if they're just straight drinking alcohol and that they ain't doing no drugs with it or nothing. Typically, it makes you not want to eat, But I'll give it to USA. No matter what he's drinking, Bud Ice or Everclear or whatever, he's able to eat. When I was drinking and using the meth, I didn't eat. Even when I got used to all that, I would eat 2 peanut butter sandwiches a day, and I forced them down. And that was after about 3 months into it. Scott goes, I wonder how much USA weighs. Yeah, me too. Bud goes, I like chocolates. Me too. And Jamie goes, chocolate and more chocolate. Yep, she's a chocolate lover too. Bud goes, women. I know what he means by that. Yeah. And USA goes, I weigh 235. I'm 6'5". Well, Scott's 6'4". I think, Scott, did you say you weigh 220 or 200? And Jamie goes, yeah. I'm 6 foot and I've gained part of the 8 pounds back. I think I'm at 221, they said, I think. Uh, yep, 220 is what Scott said. Yeah. And Scott's 6'4". So you and him are roughly about the same height and stuff. So, Bud goes 5'5", 240. USA goes, but I'll probably be 300 before the night's over. Wow, 300 before the night's over. Must be doing some serious eating. Janie goes, wow. Yeah. So I want to see back here again. Yeah, there's only 15 pounds difference between you, Scott, and USA. He's 235, you're 220. Y'all about the same weight, about the same height. Inch different height. Uh, Bud goes, sorry, 5'10". Okay. He grew 5 inches. Yeah. Yep, he went from 5'5" to 5'10". So I'm like you, Scott. He grew 5 inches. Jamie goes, we are staying on until 12 tonight. Well, I don't know about that. Uh, Jared goes, John Wayne had an album. John Wayne, the actor, had an album? I didn't know that. I mean, today, you don't have to go to a recording studio and make an album. You can get a CD and make your own CD. You know, me either, Jared says. So you didn't know it either. Jamie goes, 11:44. I'll tell you somebody else you don't want to see in concert. I've seen some clips of him in concert here the last few days. Another old rock and roller that is no good in concert. And that's John Mellencamp. Jamie goes, so do we have 15 minutes left tonight's show? Well, that would be a 3-hour show, right? I come on at 9:37, so 10:37, 11:37, 12:37 would be 3 hours. What time is it now, Jamie? Bud goes 3.3 makes them happy. 11:46. We'll see, Jamie. Scott goes, any more than 2 inches, it's too much. Huh. I'm eating my chocolate bar, USA goes. Okay, I don't know what you mean by any more than 2 inches, Scott. Scroll back and look, Bob. I think I know now what you mean. Jaron goes, KC and the Sunshine Band, great album. But yeah, they used to be pretty good back in the 70s and stuff. Bud goes, just got to swipe or insert the card. Oh well. How much you like Miss Jamie? What Jamie says? Scott goes, you know. Scott again goes, LOL. Bud goes, I'm at a 3. LOL. Jamie goes, what'd you say, Ozzy? I'm just reading off here on the comments. What Scott's saying You said what? And then Scott goes, you know. Then LOL. And he said above that, he goes, how much you like Miss Jamie is what Scott said to you. Jamie goes, oh, okay. Yeah. I know Scott and Bud was talking about inches, but I don't know what they was referring to. Bud goes, I'm 1.8 soft. I know what they're talking about now. And Jamie goes, well, tell you 10 to 12 is fine with me. Okay. She goes, yeah. Scott goes, God. Jamie goes, yep. Bud, whatever this symbol is, I don't know what that means. So, Jamie, you're wanting to get off at 10 to 12. Is that what you was meaning, Jamie? Scott's got a bunch of question marks because he don't know what you're meaning, bud. Jamie goes, the least is 7 or 8. I don't know what Jamie's meaning now. Bud goes, my jaw is on the floor of the milk truck. Well, that's not good. Okay, that's more better. Yeah, I know what you mean by that there, Scott. Because you had the question marks for whatever Bud's symbols were. Jamie goes, no wonder if we are staying on until midnight tonight. What time have you got now, Jamie? What time you got, Jamie? 11:51. Yeah, I'll end the show in 9 more minutes. Yeah, 9 more minutes. Yeah, that's what Bud just told me. 11:51. Yeah, 9 more minutes. I'll end the show because I still got to post the show and then the show highlights over on TikTok. Then I got to go get me something to drink. I'm about out of something to drink. I got to go to Jack in the Box to get that. Jamie goes, yeah, Scott, it is. Let's see here. Uh, 7 to 8, Scott goes. Jamie goes, yep, and that's when I'll end the show. Yeah, right at midnight. I'm only 3.3 on Viagra. Bud goes. Jamie goes, yep. So probably what Scott was saying, 7 to 8. Jamie goes, oh my God. Wow. Yeah, I know they're talking about pecker sizes. Bud goes, I know, it's awful. Jamie goes, yes, they are. I know it. I think I'm going to have to send them to the little boys' room for timeout. Yeah, Scott's laughing uncontrollably here. You know, I was just wondering. You know, there's SpongeBob SquarePants, right? You know what he looks like. I wonder if his pecker's square too, like the rest of his body. I've always kind of wondered about that. Uh, and they would probably call him itty bitty SpongeBob SquarePants Square Pecker. Is what they would rename the show. Scott goes, that's Miss Jamie. Well, yeah. Well, that was a low blow to Timothy. Bud's laughing uncontrollably too with tears coming out. So yeah. SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah, I guess you're comparing SpongeBob SquarePants being itty bitty square pecker to Timothy. Jerry goes, oh my God, wow. Like Scott said, poor Timothy. Yeah, he catches hell. Yeah, just imagine they could rename the show SpongeBob SquarePants, Itty Bitty Square Pecker. Jamie goes, yeah. Well, like Alan Jackson says, it's all right to be itty bitty. Jamie goes, LOL. Uh, I wonder when Alan wrote that song, I wonder if he was thinking about something along them lines of having a short pecker, calling it, it's all right to call yourself itty bitty, when he wrote that song, you know. Scott goes, Timothy tries. Well, yeah. Jamie goes, yes, he does. Yeah. I'll give him that. He tries. USA goes, better learn to use the fingers or tongue. Jamie goes, yes. I had a cab driver here. Can't remember what his name was, but he was telling me that he's an older fellow, older than me, and they've been prescribing him Cialis to take. And but he said even with Cialis, he still can't get a hard up to bang his wife, and he's having big time prostate issues. I said, well, they're going to have to run a scope through your patokel and up your butt to find out why with Cialis that you still can't get a hard on. I said, there's something definitely wrong with your prostate, so the good thing about things like Viagra and Cialis, even if your prostate's removed with them, you can still get a hard on and have sex, Look at Bob Dole's wife. She said back when Viagra first come out, believe me, Viagra works, Jamie goes, yes, he does try. And Bud goes, I'm used to being humiliated, LOL. Used to being humiliated. Scott's laughing out his ass right now. Yeah. I mean, what'll piss a woman off real quick is when you get your clothes off, both of you, dude, and you get in bed, and you're talking about not ever getting it anymore, is when you blow your wad before you ever stick it in. You talking about a woman getting fucking offended and pissed off. She'll say, that's all right, motherfucker. Since you blowed it before you stuck it in, you ain't ever going to get the chance to do that no more. Jamie goes, well, Timothy is plenty enough for me. Believe me, he does got plenty. Well, that's good to know. And Bud goes, I'm used to the chair in the corner. What, was you always in the corner wearing a dunce cap when you got in trouble in school? Is that what you're meaning? I don't think that's what he's meaning, though. And Jamie goes, I mean, it's enough. Yeah. I figured, but yeah. I mean, that's what I used to say back when I went to school. Back then, if you got in trouble for some reason in your classroom, they'd put a dunce cap on you, make you sit in the corner, But I don't think Bud's talking about the same type of have to sit in the corner. Jenny goes, that's what happened to me before. Okay, I don't know what you mean by that. Bud goes, close enough, LOL. Yeah, I know you was meaning something different there, Bud, but back then you was looked upon down pretty bad if you had to sit in the corner with a dunce cap on, But I know you was talking about a different type of corner. Jenny goes, about getting off. Oh, okay. Well, sorry to hear that, Jamie. But I mean, that really would offend a woman. If you get your clothes off, you just get in bed, you hadn't even done anything yet, and then you say, well, I'm sorry, I shot the wad. Then she's going to say, well, they won't be a next time, motherfucker. Oh, wow, Scott goes. Or Jamie goes, before anything starts. Okay. So that's what happened to you before anything started. So, I mean, I guess it can go both ways, either way, for either sex, the male or the female. Scott goes, oh, well, And Jamie goes, and I was mad. I bet. I mean, mad. Well, I bet. But still, see, a woman, even if that happens to her, she can lay there and the guy can still perform the duties. If a guy does that, then he can't get a hard on. So that's what I'm saying. A woman, if she blows her wad before anything happens, she can still spread them, and the guy can go do the work. But if the guy does that, then there ain't no hope for a little bit. Uh, USA goes, I usually last about an hour because I take antidepressants. Well, I guess antidepressants could do that. I guess Uh, my younger brother, a very long time ago, he asked me a stupid question. He said, he goes, well, first he goes, when I'm drunk, man, he said, I can fuck forever. He goes, what about you? I said, well, I don't get drunk, but I said, when I've drank, I said, yeah, I guess I can go a little longer. I said, but I always could without it either, too. He goes, I can't. He goes, if I ain't drunk, he goes, I go like that. He said, when I'm drunk, I can go and go and go and go. You know, and I used to tell him, you came and went with the best thing running down your daddy's fucking leg, piece of shit. Stupid son of a bitch said, you think? I said, I know. He cut his own self down. But USA goes, yeah. And then Jamie goes, wow, to that. And LOL, LOL. Yeah, I mean, I guess it happens with females too. But the good thing about a female is all she got to do is lay there afterwards, and the guy can still perform the act. But a guy can't until he gets another hard on, anyways. LOL, she goes again. Scott goes, take a picture of the love letter in Timothy's lunchbox, Jamie. Yeah, really. I mean, uh, uh, USA goes, mine goes numb after 20 minutes. Damn. Scott goes, I want to hear his reaction tomorrow. Jamie goes, yeah, LOL, LOL. Well, I said just put a can of dip in there, but I didn't add this faction on. Make sure it's an empty can of dip. Oh, that would really piss him off, I bet. She goes, yes. LOL, yes, yeah. I mean, yeah. If I knew my wife made my lunch for me the night before every night, and I'm at the job site, and man, I'm hungry, and open up that lunch pail, and I just see a note, and then I read the note, what she said about making. It took her a long while to make my lunch, and I hope you love it. I love you. And then he looks down and he sees a can of dip. He thinks he got to get at least a can of dip. He can't eat it, of course. He thinks, where's the food? But oh well. And then he finds out the can of dip is empty. Yeah. Scott goes, love Scott. LOL. There you go. Bud goes, put a, and then that's all there is. USA goes, I want to go try to join the Brotherhood soon. Well, Bud goes, great show, Ozzy. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being in here tonight. What time is it now, guys? Jamie goes, game over. So that means it's midnight right now. Just give me a yes, one of y'all. I think it is, but I want to make sure. 12:04? Okay, yeah. Yeah, we'll call it a wraps, guys, because I know your fingers are tired, so I get you. All right. I want to say thank you to Miss Jamie Ann, Timothy for being on the show, of course, tonight. My regulars, as always, Mr. Jared, of course, Bud Beavers, goes by Will Burnout here. My good friend, Liberal Tears himself, my moderator and friend, Scott. I know I'm leaving some others probably out tonight, but I want to thank everybody being in the live chat. Jared, as always. All right, Jared goes, all right, Ozzy, thanks for being on tonight. Have another great live and have a good night. Y'all too. And Bud, like I said, thank you as always too. And thanks to all you viewers out there viewers and the guest is what makes a live show, not a host. You know, and that's just it, how it is, folks. Please tune in tomorrow night. Hopefully, it'll be an on-time Strut Man show at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. If not, it could be as late as 9:30. So, because especially if I'm running behind. But USA goes, good night, Ozzy. Be safe. You too, USA. And I forgot you too. Thank you as always for coming in here, USA. We appreciate you too, my friend. And Jamie goes, yes, yes. And Scott goes, I see the YouTube thing. Yeah, yeah. Jamie goes, good night, Jamie. And so until the live show tomorrow night. And if I don't go strutting tomorrow, don't worry, we'll do the TikTok live. But I'll let my regulars know here. If I don't go strutting tomorrow, I go by movement of the Lord. That's how I go. So stay tuned for the live show and the live show highlights coming on TikTok. And until then, God bless you all. Thanks for always putting up with me. And as always, we come to you live from my hometown of Jonesboro, Arkansas. Good night, everybody. God bless you all. And we'll see you then. So long for now, everybody. Ah.